Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Di, and today we are going to do a tab spine. That's the template for it, which I've just got a piece of paper the same length as my book. I have 20 pages and they're all just stacked how I want them to go. Right, so tab spine, I'm going to use fabric pieces which I've cut. They're 1 inch by 2 inches and I've just torn them out of nice strong calico. Now I've got 20 pages. The first thing you need to know is you must have an even number of pages for this method. I've seen people do it with 1 tab to start with and then 2 on the alternate page. For a tiny little book, it's still not going to be stable. So I've got a total of 5, and that will be 3 on the first page and then it will alternate in the middle. So you'll have 3 on the cover, which will look nice, and that will finish on the back. The back will also have 3, and then on every other page there will be 2, which just have to be placed in those positions in between the 3. So that's what I have done, and the first time I did it I didn't use a template, and you probably don't need one. I liked it. It looked really organic actually. Oh, put it upside down. Yeah, I kind of liked it looking organic. Right, so yes, remember you must have even. I've got 20 pages. Now I'm not very good with math, but I figured out that if they're going to alternate, that would be 3 tabs on 10 pages, which would be, I'd need 30, and then 2 tabs on the other 10 pages, which would be 20. So I did 50 odd tabs. I might have done a little bit more than that, just in case I have a problem, which hopefully we won't have, but it's really great. And of course with this kind of a journal, I've got very thick sturdy papers, which is why I use this binding method, because they're nice and thick cardstock, and you know what it's like poking holes through extremely thick, and then you've got all the pressure on the spine and the signatures and all of that. And this is fun too. This is really fun. And of course you can put some bulky things in. Now I have included in this, I've included 2 signatures. So I forget now how many pages I did. Only a few. It's more like a little notebook, because every page, there's so much writing space in this journal. It'll be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that all? I didn't do very many at all. Okay. Well, anyway, that's extra writing space, and there's one exactly the same as that in the back. And all will be made clear, hopefully, as we go along. I've been putting off doing this because it's you have to be kind of brave to do these things on camera, but I guess I have the power to delete it if it turns out horrible, and then you'll never know. Okay, so let's get going. Right, so let's take those off, and because we want 3 on the cover, I've sort of given I'm standing up. I've got one of those lovely stand-up sit-down desks, so I can look down on this to get a nice placement. But as I said, I did it the first time, I didn't have that. And I'm using the art glitter glue because it is strong. The first time I did it, I only did a tiny little sample, and I used some Tim Holtz fabric tape, which is really fun. So I mean, if you've got copious quantities of the fabric tape and you don't know what to do with it, or you want a good project, this is really good, because it's actually better to unstick and replace, but do a couple of little trials before you do your journal, and that way you'll understand. The first tutorial I followed was from, I think, Susie at Shabby Soul. I'll put the link down below, and she was just so cool, and it was really great. And I only did about a 5-page little booklet so that I got the gist of it. And she was talking about making it not so tight around the edge and making sure there was wiggle room. And I kind of did too much wiggle room, and so then I had to lift it off and re-glued. But that was all right. We can fix anything, can't we? Right, so stop talking, Di, and let's put some glue on this. Probably a little bit more. And position it near the top. And I need a rag. Nice old clean tea towel. That's what I like about art glitter glue. It dries nice and fast. But I mean, I can always skip ahead so that you're not totally bored. Once you see this and get the gist or the gist. Just check the spacing there. There'll be one there. Yep. And there'll be another one be able to fit there. Yep, that's good spacing. Actually, that could probably come down a bit. Yeah, I love trying new things. And because I'm working, actually this journal I'm working as a guest design team project for Natalie at Line.Arrow, and her papers are a romantic grungy paper, so this suits it fine. This is really good. Right, so we're going to take this and put it down, and then the next page we're going to do 2, and we're going to do one here in the gap and one here in the gap. You can tell that's why you can see how the spacing is on the template. It's not a bad little idea. Well, I thought so anyway. Because yeah, the re-gluing wasn't much fun. And I've tried to do every page, I've decorated every page and stenciled and stitched and done whatever I wanted on it. And I'll add the cover, the very last. I've got a nice pocket. Okay. Right, so now you can see we have 3 on this one, 2 on this one. So when we flip this over into the pile, look at that, and line it up, and they're all fantastic. Now we're going to glue the first 3 down because we want that to adhere. So we'll glue that, and we'll glue that, and we'll glue that. Then we're going to do 3 on this one, put it down, and then we'll glue the 2 around that, and we'll just keep going like that. Now this is where I made a mistake. It said when you're gluing, don't glue it, don't pull it really, really tight and snug, because then you might, you need a little bit of wiggle room. So my idea of wiggle room was like, like that. And that was no, that's too much. When they say wiggle room, just, and this is where a tape or a washi tape, when you're doing your practice, where you can peel it and unpeel it and you get the feel of it, would come in handy. So let's just go for it, shall we? Whoops. And it's all about making mistake. You have the right to make your own mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to glue it. Now that's not really pull tight, but it's snug enough, I think. I think it'll be fine. Now what we could do is we can have a look at this and see if we've done a good job. Now you can see that there about the wiggle room. You see how that's got a little bit of movement? Maybe that's even too much. Yeah, I'm thinking they could go in a bit tighter. And now's the time to do it while it's a bit damp, even though it's art glitter glue. Alright, so now I know I might adjust the tension. Right, so then we'll do 3 on here. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, it's not rocket science, is it? It's fun. And I guess if you weren't thinking and you did the wrong page, then just switch it out with the next page. Okay, so 3. It's so good having those templates there. That's really cool. Hopefully it might look a little bit more even from the side look at the end of the day. Okay. And then we're going to lay that one down on this one. Line up the spine so it's nice and flush. And then we're going to bring up the 2 and then the 2. Now this one's going to be tricky because I've got a fabric pocket here. Yeah, but I don't mind that. I'll take out the card. Okay, so let's glue. Let's glue the 2 down. Okay. So I've done them snug that time. Not pulled taunt, but snug. Right. Now this one will be, what are we up to? Another 2 here and here, because then 3 will go on the other side. Yeah, so 2 down. This is where I get so confused. It's so easy. 1 and 2. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay. I can see where you could do it out of stiff. You could do his hinges out of the stiff cardstock, but how lovely is it to do it out of fabric? Then lay that down, and then we're going to glue 3. And then we'll be putting 3 out. So whatever you glue down, whoops, Nelly got the wrong one. Okay, so I'm going to do 3, 1, 2, 3. Whatever you've just glued down on this side, you're going to put now onto this coming up page, and that way you won't get too out of sync, will you? She says to herself. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if you wanted to put a shorter page in on this one, you'd probably have to do a long, you'd probably have, I'll show you when I come to the envelope. I've attached those little short envelopes onto another big piece, so that you've really got to have the length in the spine. If that makes any sense. But once you do it the first time on your little practice piece, you'll be like, really, this is just so easy. And we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to do 2, which will be this one and this one. Oh, they're nearly touching, those ones, aren't they? Okay, that's alright. I'll leave a little bit of wiggle room there because it is a signature. But as you can see, it's not too loose. First time I did it, oh my lord, it was so wiggly. Right, so we want 2 on this one now. Get some more fabric. 1. I'll watch where I'm putting them. It's actually better standing up because you get a bird's eye view. There we go, 1 and 2. And I mean, it might be your preference, you don't like it, but at least you've learned another skill. Oh. What's happened there? Oh no, that's right. Okay, so then we're going to fold up 3. 1, whoops. I was going to say steady Eddie. And then, oh dear. Okay. I could be using Fabrifix for this as well, couldn't I? It's just I thought, no, I'd like to use the art glitter glue. Okay. So we've just glued down 3. So I'm going to grab another 3. And they're all pretty much in alignment. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Actually, oh yeah, I'll pop that back in. Right. Okay, so yeah, so we just glued down 3, so I'm going to do another 3 this way. Just move it back in so that you can see what's happening. I'm hoping this is okay and you can actually get a good idea of what's happening. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. The rain has finally stopped here, which is great. We've had so many major flood warnings, and the humidity in my office, I've got a dehumidifier machine. You might be able to hear it in the background just going along slowly. I've been emptying the 8-litre bucket twice a day. That's 16 litres of water I've been pulling out of the air. And I really, I don't know what I'd do. Working with paper, if I didn't have that marvellous machine, I shudder to think, because you know what paper and moisture are like. Okay. Not good bedfellows, are they? Okay, and then we'll just turn that over, and then we're going to glue 2 down, which will be 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, so now we pop 2 on this one. This is the one I was telling you about. I've actually got a large craft envelope and I've folded it, and that's been a really good sturdy spine, because what I've done, I've stitched it with the machine and popped 2 altered envelopes on it, which makes a nice central thing, plus you've got the pocket there. So, but you can imagine if I just had those 2, I wouldn't be able to hinge the 3. I'd have nowhere to go. So you've really got to have, on every page, you've got to have that, even if your spine's only that deep, as wide as the hinge, and put one thing off it, if that makes any sense. Right, so I need 2 on this one. 1, because I just glued down 2, and I'll put 2 here. This is the more I've done it now, the easier it gets, which is good. And possibly too, because I'm talking you through it, I don't want to confuse you, so I'm trying not to be confused. Okay. I hope everyone had a lovely Easter. We had a very quiet one, but that's all right. Right, so then we flip him over, make sure he's stacked up nicely, and then I'm going to glue 3 down. Now this is good because this will show you what happens. 3's got to come here, and it's going to be difficult, isn't it? Will it work? No. What I'll have to do is, I'm not going to glue the little piece that's overhanging. I'm not going to glue that little piece there. I'm going to glue, luckily, the majority of it. So that wasn't very good management on my behalf, but that will work. Trust me. I'm not a doctor. Trust me. Okay. And I think the same situation is going to be at the bottom. Oops, what's that? And then this one. And the same situation will be down here, because there'll be a little bit of an overhang, if you can see that there. So I will not glue that anywhere. That can just swing, and that's fine, because 3/4 of this cloth is going to be glued, and that's strong enough, I believe, to still be a really good hinge. Actually, that might be a bit tight. Right, so we need 3 now on this lot. Might have to turn the air conditioning on. It's getting a bit steamy in here. 1, 2, 3. So I don't know if you've seen enough now. I've gone through half of the book, so I'm going to just pause you, and then I'll come back toward the last two pages. Back in a minute. Right, welcome back. Now we're on the very last page before the back cover. So this is the only one now that we need to do, because we'll finish. Now I've just glued down 2, so I'm going to put 2 here, and then those 3 will be the finishing on the back cover, if that makes any sense. I'll try and put this device back in this little holder without doing anything silly, like erasing all my hard work. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I'm hoping that you can see that. Right, so I've just glued 2 down there, so now we need the last 2 here. Let's make sure I've still got everything aligned. 1 and 2. I'm excited. I hope it all turns out lovely. 1. Why wouldn't it? Of course it will. Right, okay. So that was our very last page, and we turn that over like so, and what do we do here? Hang on. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? So I just glued down 2. So if I put 2 down here, it'll have I don't know what I'm doing now. Let me think. Under pressure. You're probably all screaming, don't do it. Okay, so then if those 3 will have to come around this one. So if those 3 go around that one, like so, then the back cover will only have the 2 on it. Well, I really wanted the back cover to have 3 on it. Have I done something wrong? Well, the other thing I can do is just take that away. I'm going to have to take that one away. Take that one away. Because I just want to put this one on now and glue the last 3 on. So somewhere along the line, I don't know what I've done. But that's alright. It's all learning, isn't it? I don't know, maybe I've got an extra page or had an extra page in there. Surely not. Anyway, I definitely wanted to finish with 3. And we definitely finished with 3. So now we have the grand reveal. Look at that spine. That's not too shabby, is it? Even with a template, they're a bit wonky, but I'm okay with that. I truly am. I'm okay with that. Now, let's have a look. The proof is in the pudding. I might just put something there to rest that up on. Wow. Look at that. Every page opens flat. You can see there's a bit of movement, but again, I'm okay with that. Oh, that is fantastic. And now the proof is in the pudding when it comes to the signature, which all opens out flat to write in. Actually, I'll put that over there. Oh yes, I'm really happy with that. I'm really, really, really happy with that. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to call that done. And now I'm going to figure out my pocket, which I think will go there. Not quite sure on that yet. I don't think it goes that way. Yeah, it goes that way, and hang off the edge. And then that'll be the next one. I'll do a flip through for line dot arrow. So there you have it, everyone. That is a tab spine, and yeah, I can't wait for you all to try it and let me know what you think and whether that's something you'll do. And I think you should give it a go anyway. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. 500 subbies, actually 501. Thank you so much. And I'll be back. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye.